I never thought they were going to do this, but Cody and Satori have actually responded. Cody and Satori saga continues as after what seems like an endless outcry on the internet, the duo under fire have finally responded over on their YouTube channel, where they dropped the video Satori and Cody our response. They begin this video by stating that they are completely aware of the online outcry, but also state that they believe the positive has outweighed the negative. I don't know if that's how I put it, but here's how it started.
Hey, this is Cody.
And I'm Satori.
And we are better known as the Paranormal Couple.
We are paranormal investigators, both on and off camera. You might have seen us appear on shows like Ghost Nation, Ghost Hunters, and you might have seen us appear on some recent videos on social media and YouTube and things like that. Besides all of that, we are also able to, in a really weird way, communicate with the other side.
Satori and I found that when we first met, when we hold hands or embrace in some way, we have direct, constant contact with the spirit world that still blows our mind till this day.
First off, we want to start this video by just saying we are absolutely amazed by the positive feedback we are getting. We knew we were going to get both positive and negative feedback, but so far the positive has completely outweighed the negative, and for that we just really want to say thank you guys for looking into us, researching us, and bringing any sort of comments, questions, or concerns to us.
We really appreciate it.
They then go on to talk about the theories that people have had on how they might be doing the knocks, and they try and put these suggestions to bed.
First off, we want to start this video by just saying we are absolutely amazed by the positive feedback we are getting. We knew we were going to get both positive and negative feedback, but so far the positive has completely outweighed the negative, and for that we just really want to say thank you guys for looking into us, researching us, and bringing any sort of comments, questions, or concerns to us.
We really appreciate it.
We also wanted to make this a video and just address some of those opinions, theories, questions that people might be having on social media right now. We have seen some things circulate throughout social media, so we want to take this time to directly address it, kind of clear some things up, but we want to start off by making sure you guys understand that we appreciate you bringing this to us as soon as you could. It's totally normal to have questions, and we'll jump right in. With this video, we feel like we are able to provide more context to some of the things you might be seeing on social media and help give you a better understanding about us and what we do. We do want to start by confirming with everybody here and just saying it on record that we are absolutely real. What we do is absolutely real, and we don't know how it works fully, and we're still learning things every day about it. So we are not complete experts on communicating with spirits, something that we are learning along the way. Also, we completely understand if you have a hard time believing in what we do, or you have a difference of opinion on what we do. It is really hard to understand something when you're seeing it from the outside looking in and you weren't really there in the room. It is something you do have to see in person to truly understand what we are showing you. So when you are seeing it from the other side of a screen, just know we completely understand, and of course you're going to have a difference of opinion if you are a bit skeptical of the paranormal.
Now, there have been so many opinions and theories circulating the internet, such as we're popping our joints, comparing us to the Fox sisters of the spiritualist movement, even that we're building devices that make knocking sounds.
And we just want to say that these opinions are completely valid. It's okay to have these opinions. We wish we could put everybody in the room with us to experience this phenomena for themselves and to kind of evaluate the environment themselves, but we are physically unable to fit millions of people into one room. But it is something we wish we could do for you, because it is something you have to be there to see. Some people have been incredibly quick to find something on the internet that labels us as fake and hold on to it. We understand that that may be due to fear, due to just honest disagreement, not believing in what we are doing. Whatever the reason is, we want to provide more information and really directly address these rumors to give a better understanding. Now, to clarify the first one, we are definitely not popping any joints in our body to make knocking noises or cracking anything to make knocking noises. We can confirm that the sounds that you hear are actually moving around the entire environment, the entire room. We do have people that have been in the room with us and have claimed to feel the same sound and sensation across the room, while people near us have not felt it at all. And we've also had people in the environment claim to feel it on different floors of the entire building knocking and different walls and windows and all sorts of things. So it happens kind of everywhere. So hopefully that clarifies that a bit for you.
Now, we're definitely not building machines or devices that make knocking sounds. We definitely don't have time for that, first of all, and we're not rigging houses with these machines or anything like that. Satori and I, we help people. That's what we do. We go to their homes, we go to their businesses, their environments, their locations, and we give them answers, maybe a little bit of closure or faith in the afterlife.
And a lot of the time we don't even know who we're working with or where we're going until we're there. So we're definitely not getting any prior information before we go into these locations. It's completely raw and it's completely natural.
Now, honestly, does this put the suggestions to bed? Absolutely not. Really, how it came across to me was, you don't know unless you're there. And actually, I think that's half the issue. They've just kind of backed up the thoughts that a lot of people have already had, which is, they don't know unless they're there, and they can't just take your word for it, which, I don't know. It felt like a bit of a weak comeback, if I'm honest. They then speak about how they've been related to the Fox sisters and their methods, but claim that there are a lot of things that the Fox sisters did that they cannot and will not ever do.
And on the Fox sisters, a lot of people throughout paranormal history and even today try to communicate with spirit via the sound of knocking and rapping noises. There's literally equipment that is designed to take the vibration of knocking or banging and associate it with letters. So it's definitely not a unique form of communication that hasn't been done before. There are a lot of similarities and differences between us and the Fox sisters. If you do your research, you will find that by certain accounts, the Fox sisters wouldn't let people see under their long skirts at their feet, or in certain lighting or from under tables. By certain accounts, there's also certain accounts that they would only do this for money. They would tell the future, things like that. So there are a lot of things that the Fox sisters did do that we cannot and will not do. So we highly recommend looking into them a bit further.
Now, the Fox sisters obviously did this for money. They were in it for... They had very similar methods, I must say. I've done a bit of research on the Fox sisters, and actually the methods that they had were very similar. They did do it for money, and these guys have claimed that they don't do it for money. There have been some things circulating around on the internet where, you know, they go to paid to events or paid for events, and, you know, things like this. I obviously can't say for certain because I'm not there in their bank account. I don't know if they actually do charge, but I think, you know, they are quite far removed from the Fox sisters, and it's a bit less predatory than what the Fox sisters actually were. Cody then addresses the claims about the videos that have surfaced from 2011 and 12, which include him doing the same knocking method, but without Satori.
Our entire communication language is completely unoriginal. It's been evolved and gathered through knowledge of the spiritualist movement, through the use of Ouija boards, pendulums, dowsing rods. There's all different forms of communication that people use to try to spell out names, words, and make knocking or certain movements associated with communication to spirit.
Now, there are also some other opinions circulating the internet about myself. Some videos that have surfaced from around 2011, 2012 that show myself and the team that I was with communicating to spirit through knocking. Now, first of all, I think pretty much every paranormal investigative team out there, if they've been doing this for some time, has had some sort of communication through knocking. Like Satori mentioned, this is nothing new. Before I met Satori, I had participated on hundreds of investigations, and there were dozens of times that we got communication through knocking. We got a response. Now, there's also dozens and dozens of times that we asked for a knocking response and we got nothing. It's just something common that paranormal teams ask for. Give me a knock if the answer is yes. Twice if the answer is no. It's very, very common. What we do know is that when Satori and I met, the communication, the connection that we learned that we had was something totally new. We cannot compare this to anything we have done in our past. This just blows our minds still to this day. We're still trying to wrap our minds around how this works, and I don't think we ever will.
Those videos may have been the start of something that evolved into what it is now, but not nearly to the level of what we do today. A lot of people think we were lying about our timeline. Everything we have said publicly is completely true. Our method of communication to our level never started until we met and decided to hold hands and communicate that way. A lot of people also believe that we're lying about our communication timeline and that all this started happening before Cody ever was sick with cancer. I just want to clarify that Cody was diagnosed with leukemia in 2011. He was battling it for multiple years until he had his bone marrow transplant in 2013. He didn't die the biggest time until 2014, but of course there were multiple times where he was touch and go. But we just want you to know that we are still learning these things ourselves. Maybe it was the start of something that became amplified when we had met. We're not sure. But to our knowledge, we have no connection between those videos and what we do now.
Again, this was to be expected. He could not have made a response video without addressing this part, because I think the timeline jump that a lot of people, the conclusions that people are coming to, they kind of putting 2 and 2 together and making 5 a lot of the time, but it did need to be addressed, and I'm glad to see that Cody did address that in this video. They end the video by doubling down on the fact that what they do is, quote, real, and they know that it's real, and the people around them know that it's real.
The interesting thing is, since Sam and Colby's videos have come out about the Conjuring House, we have received hundreds of emails from people around the world claiming that they have had communication through knocking as well, which we find really neat.
We may not be the only people that can do this, and maybe us coming out about this publicly is starting to get people to try this more and figure out that they can do some really special things as well. We know what we do is real. And we know the thousands of people that we help know what we do is real as well. We just aren't in the business of doing experiment after experiment and becoming a lab rat for the purpose of trying to prove something to people that may never believe in the first place. We truly feel that there's nothing we can do without people coming up with some excuse as to why it may not be real. We feel that we could put a spirit in front of some people and they will still say that it's edited or something is being done to manipulate the situation and that we're lying, and that's okay. And over time, at our pace, we may show more personal sides to our communication with the world and may show you some things that you've really been wanting to see. So, since these debunkers have not seen what we do in person, it is impossible for them to truly know what's going on. Instead, what we recommend in the meantime is to do your own research. Talk to the people that we have done this method for in person. Get their first-hand accounts and kind of make an accumulation of evidence based off of what you are hearing all these people say.
In the end, tomorrow morning when Satori and I wake up, we're going to continue doing what we do. Help people with this gift that we have. Bring closure to them and maybe a little bit of faith in the afterlife.
So finally, thank you to everybody who took the time to listen to us in this video.
And thank you to those who support us.
And actually, they make a very fair point here, actually. They are kind of pioneering this method. I've never seen this method before. I know a lot of people also haven't seen this method before. But they do say to the debunkers that they need to kind of go and get first-hand accounts from the people that they've done it for, which this is a two-sided coin, right? You've got the Cody and Satori side, which actually is a fair argument. Go to the people that they've done this for. They are the best people. Don't just ask us, ask them. But on the flip side, you've got the bias there. If these people do go to these channels and they say, or these people who have witnessed this and they go, what's your take on this? There will be an element of bias. Maybe the people in the room, like Sam and Colby, you could see their genuine reactions to the experiment taking part in front of them. And actually, like, you could see the raw emotion from Sam, especially when his grandmother came through. But is it a little bit biased to take these guys' opinions? I don't know. So I never thought it would happen, but it did. So Cody and Satori have responded. Was it the best response in the world? No. Was it what I expected? Probably. To be fair, they couldn't have done much better. And actually, after looking in the comment section of this video, everybody's on the same wavelength. Don't get me wrong, there is an absolute divide of comments with people showing support and positivity, saying that these guys just need to go on and do what they do. And there's a lot of people who are like, just show us the technique without your shoes on. Show us that you're not toe tapping. Show us that you're not popping joints. Do it on a live stream with mic'd up cameras so we can hear that it's not coming from your throat. We can hear that it's not coming from your joints. We can hear that it's actually coming from around the room. Maybe put the monitors in other rooms. And actually, I think just from speaking to people online who have, I have spoken to many creators who are first-hand witnesses of these channels, of this method, they've all got the same output. Some stand by it without a doubt, and I cannot blame them for that, and that is absolutely fine, absolutely fair, absolutely just. And the other, divide is that people are like, I was fully for it, but now less so. Exploring with Josh, namely, being one of them, because he has publicly said this. He's said that he won't fully believe it now until he either sees it again in person with shoes off, socks off, and is mic'd up in different ways. So, I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, for Cody and Satori, it seems like that's it, job done. Wipe their hands of it. And it doesn't look like they're going to take it any further. They're just going to crack on with their daily lives, and they're just, like Cody said at the end, he's going to wake up tomorrow, and he's just going to crack on with life. I don't know, though. I don't know. What's your guys' take on this? What was your whole take on the response? If I'm honest, I couldn't have expected anything different, to be perfectly honest. But that's just my take. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Obviously, we've still got Sam and Colby's response to come yet, if that is to come. I don't think we'll hear any more from Cody and Satori, if I'm perfectly honest. But can't blame them. Can't blame them. They've done the best that they can with what they've got. Anyway, while you're down there typing away, giving me your thoughts and opinions, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. This has been a bumpy and wild journey, and it's just not stopping. So make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification on so you know whenever we upload. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.